Hi, how are you? Hope all are doing well. It's a very good topic is running. So I hope all you following the videos, following the lectures continuously, because this is the only way that we can discuss the syllabus engineering mechanics. So all are you please in this pandemic period stay safe and stay home, uh, and make good things, do good things. So we'll continue the topic. In the previous class we have concluded perpendicular axis theorem. As I told you, the two theorems are very important for this unit: parallel axis theorem and perpendicular axis theorem. And this parallel axis theorem is the only thing. The main parallel axis theorem is the very important theorem. If you understand parallel axis theorem, then you can solve the problems easily, because all the problems, finding the moment of inertia will be depends on this parallel axis theorem only. So understand parallel axis theorem. So we'll first start with the statement: the moment of inertia of a plane area about an axis through its centroid is denoted by Ig. So you can zoom it. So Ig. So this is your Ig. So simply IAB is equal to Ig plus AH square. So you can write the statement in your own words also. It is not like, we have seen this type of particular word only, this type of sentences only. It's not like that. If you understand the logic, if you understand the concept, then you can create your own definitions, create your own text. So it should be satisfy the basic rules of the topic. That's it. So now IAB is equal to Ig plus AH square. This is what we are seeing. This is parallel axis theorem. So IAB means I know moment of inertia, AB is axis. Now Ig means what is Ig? Moment of inertia about centroidal axis. Now we come to the point. Centroidal axis, it is a very new word. In this moment of inertia, last two videos, I never discussed about this moment of inertia about centroidal axis. What is centroidal axis? So I will tell you, the axis which is passing through the centroid of the plane is known as centroidal axis. If the x-axis is passing through the centroid, then centroidal x-axis. If y-axis is passing through the centroid, then it is known as centroidal y-axis. If you don't want to mention x or y, then simply you can call it as centroidal axis, Ig, plus AH square. A means area, the total area. H means the distance from centroidal axis to the reference axis. Here we consider two axes which are parallel to each other. One axis is centroidal axis, one axis is the reference axis. About what you have to find out the moment of inertia. Now I will show you what happens is, if you please concentrate on the figure, I will tell you. Wait a minute. So now listen carefully. This green colored shade is area, and G is the centroid of the area, and the line passing through G is centroidal axis, right? And now in bottom you can observe AB, a horizontal line which is parallel to the centroidal axis. So AB is the reference axis, Ig is the centroidal axis. Now IAB means moment of inertia about AB axis will be equal to the moment of inertia about its central axis plus area into H square. Now if you see, H is the distance from centroidal axis to the bottom axis. H is the distance from centroidal axis to the bottom axis. Clear? Now we have to prove this. Theorem. Clear? We'll prove. So where IB is equal to, so etc. This topic you can go through it very easy. Now proof, a solution. So now let us consider a plane section of area dA. So as we know that whenever we want to prove any theorem, we have to consider the small part from the whole area. So we'll simply integrate it. Integration means integration, I mean mixing, adding. Differentiation mean distributing, cutting into number of parts. That is the basic things in mathematics we do, very great things, whoever invented, masterpiece. So now what we'll do is, we'll simply consider a small part from the total area, and we'll find out the moment of inertia for that small area, I mean, and then integrate it from to the, in integration is nothing but lower limit to upper limit. Clear? So you please go through this. In the solution, let us consider a plane section of area dA, which is having distance y from centroidal axis. Now what I have considered, that area, small area dA is having distance y from centroidal axis g. Clear? Now the moment of inertia about g means centroidal axis. Moment of inertia about centroidal axis is equal to integral y square dA, integral y square dA. Now moment of inertia of area from AB axis. Now moment of inertia of the small part about g. Now the moment of inertia of the same small part about AB. So we know that moment of inertia is nothing but area into distance square. So we know that area is dA, distance square. Now tell me the distance according to the figure. According to the figure, what is the distance from that small element of area to the bottom axis? Tell me. So y plus h, y plus h. I think you are getting the point. Clear? Please understand. So the distance from strip element of area to g is y, and distance from g to bottom axis is h. Now the total distance is nothing but y plus h. Simply what happened? IAB is equal to integral h plus y square dA. Now we know that it is in the form of a plus b whole square, a square plus b square plus 2ab. Clear? IAB is equal to integral h square plus y square plus 2hy into dA. Now you will multiply that continuous thing. We solve that equation. Then what will happen? Integral. So we are giving integration for every individual part. Integral h square dA, integral h square dA plus integral y square dA plus integral 2hy dA. Clear? IAB is equal to, h is the constant. H is constant. Why it is constant? Because the distance from centroidal axis to the bottom axis is always same. It doesn't change. So we know that that constant part will be come out from the integrational part. So h square into dA plus integral y square dA. But y is not a constant value, because when you consider a small element of area top, then it will be y. So that y can be changed, but because whenever you consider that elemental strip throughout the area, then the y will be changing. So y is not constant value. So integral y square dA plus 2hy dA. Here integral dA is nothing but total area of the plane. So we know that integral of the small part is equal to the big part. If we apply the integration for the small part, it means it is nothing but big part, or simply we can write as a integration and differentiation cancel, then a will be the remaining one. So if you solve this equation, integral 2hy dA is equal to 2h integral y dA. 2h is the constant value. So IB is equal to h square a plus ig plus 0. Integral y dA, integral y dA becomes 0. Integral y dA becomes 0. Now why is that integral y dA becomes 0, sir? Why the integral y dA becomes 0? This is the compulsory doubt for every student. So the student who don't get this type of doubt, so he understands the concept very well, but 99% all are failed to understand this logic. Why that integral h y dA is becomes 0? Because we have considered that axis x axis, and we know y. What is y? Y is the distance from centroid to x axis. Centroid to x axis. If centroid and axis both are on the same line, then the distance becomes 0. Distance becomes 0. Tough to understand, but try to understand. So when a point is there and a line is there is some distance from point to the line, then we can write the distance, how much we can measure it and simply write. What happens if a point lies on the line only? Now anybody ask you what is the distance from that line to the point? 0, because there is no distance, because that point lies on the line only. So there is no point, there is no distance. Okay, clear, understand. Now we'll move. IAB is equal to h square a plus ig 0. So IAB is equal to ig plus h square a. Hence the theorem is proved. This theorem is also known as transfer theorem for area moment of inertia. So now the second name of this concept is transfer theorem for area moment of inertia, but the famous name for this theorem is parallel axis theorem, because here the centroidal axis and reference axis both are parallel. You can do the same theorem with respect to y axis also, but I mean at G you can draw a vertical line, and this AB line will be parallel to that vertical line, that will be y axis. So you can do it on your own. If you have any doubt, call me. Okay, parallel axis theorem is also known as transfer theorem for area moment of inertia. As I told you, I will put this video in YouTube also. If you have any doubts, comment me, question me, ask me. Don't hesitate to ask. We are with you. We are for you. We are at your service. Okay, don't hesitate. It is your right to ask questions, right to raise your hand. Okay, so bye. We'll meet in the next class. Hope you are understanding the concepts. Hope you are enjoying the classes. Good luck, best of luck, and all the luck with you. Bye.